What's good, YouTube? Team Zero Play here, doing a deck profile for my Evilswarms and kind of an update of how Nats went over the last weekend. Um, Last weekend, traveled to Chicago for the NAWCQ, entered the last chance qualifier, uh, won round one, and then round two I didn't do so well. I only entered the one LCQ. Throughout the day, I was doing side events and meeting some people. I got to talk to Robbie Cole. I got to see Dub K Dad. Um, I got to see Slim. I got to see a bunch of Yugi tubers. I got to talk to a couple of pro players, some locally, um, all that type of stuff. It was just a fun overall weekend. Uh, then I was running Evil Swarms. I'll show you the build that I ran at Nats, but I changed it to work with my locals now. So I'll tell you the changes I made. Um, the Evil Swarm matchup against the Elemental Dragons or E-Drags. I had a good matchup against them. The two tournaments I played in before going to Nats, the Saturday tournament, my only loss was to Elemental Dragons, which ultimately the guy who was running the deck got into top 16 in the WCQ. So I kind of feel like that was a good loss for me. It was just a misplay on my part. And then when I played again, I lost to Prophecy. I couldn't do anything. I didn't get the play I needed set up with him flipping Decree. Just didn't see anything, and ultimately didn't see a monster. Uh, for right now, this is the Evil Swarm deck list I'm currently playing with until September, and then I do not know what I'll be playing. I'm thinking about Fire Fist. I'm thinking just keeping Evil Swarms and making it to where it can work against Fire Fist. But you run the 3 Heliotropes as always. Your 1950 beat sticks gets over Thunder King. 3 casters, 3 Kirkions, 3 Mandragoras. I like this. I know some people have dropped 1 and played 2, but you need the Evil Swarm. I ran 2 Thunderbirds. Now, this is I've also ran the 2 Thunderbirds and Nats. It's an Evil Swarm, and if you draw the Infestation Infection, you can swap it out for a Castor or a Heliotrope or anything of the sort. That's the Evil Swarm monster lineup, and then you run the 2 ofs, the 2 rabbits. At Nats, I only ran 2 Maxis, and I sided the 3rd, and I only ran 2 Valors. I'm glad I sided the 3rd because I always felt like I never needed that 3rd one. I would always see 1 or 2 that would help me. The spell lineup, there's 20 monsters. Spells, I think there's 7. You run 2 Pandemics. 3's overdoing it right now. I feel like when we get into this crazy Fire Fist matchup with the Rooster and the Wolf Bark coming out, you're going to need to run Dresses and Chalices. So I think these are going to slowly start dying out. Then you run 1 Rhoda, and I ran 1 Dress. This is just for damage step tricks, and I never had to use it preemptively to when they try to go bear, or even if they use the blaster's effect. Then you run I ran the trio, Dark Hole, Heavy, Reborn. I've never had a time where these were dead. And I do not regret putting Heavy Storm in. The trap lineup, 3 Compulse. This is the MVP card. I've been able to flip the Compulse. Actually, second MVP. I'll show y'all the card that just it helps me a lot against E-Drags and Prophecy and any type of matchup, actually. The 2 Eradicators. I got mixed feelings about this card. It's there just to be there if I ever need it. Most of the time it gets MST'd or Gorilla'd or just anything like that. 2 Safe Zones. This card does work too. Good against the blaster play for E-Drags. It's good for anything of that type of sort. Next, the 2 Mirror Forces. Evil Swarm players don't usually play defensive traps like Mirror Force, Bottomless, and that type of stuff. But I felt like they'll play Bottomless. But I felt like the Mirror Forces were needed for when decks like to swarm and they try to make the bigger guys, or they just play the dragons out and they don't make Dragosack. And it's good late game. the real MVP card is the Dark Illusions. I ran one copy at Nats, but with Fire Fist out, I ran two. Dark Illusions is one of those cards. It works with Compulse. It works with Valor. It works with the Infantry. It works with the Blaster. It works with the Bear. All those cards. And it works outside of the Evilswarms too. So if you have a Mace Stroke and they try to do that, you can Dark Illusions. As long as you have a face-up Dark Monster that's being targeted. So those helped me a lot. It helped me in my round 1 of the LCQ. The dude was using like a Destiny hero like Infernity deck, and he was trying to compulse one of my monsters, and I was able to keep the illusions out there so he couldn't sink. The Infestation Infection, good card. I like it. I'm not bumping at the 2. Just 1's perfectly fine. And then Judgment Warning, or Warning Judgment, however way you want to do it. The deck that I'm currently running right now is 41. I'm perfectly fine with a 41 card deck. I'm not going to touch it to make it go 40 because it all works in its own weird way. The extra deck, I ran 3 Ophions. It's Ophion. It searches Extra Pandemic. It searches it all out. 25-50 beat stick. I ran 2 Bahamuts at Nats, and right now I'm only currently running 1. At the time, you would use Bahamut, take the Big Eye, take that. Keep your field under control. Make them waste the material. Get the Big Eye back on your side of the field. Right now, my current deck's running 2 Thanatos because there's a lot of Fire Fist players, and I usually play against them. And this guy helps a lot. I don't regret putting in 2 Thanatos. Then you run the one-ofs of the Evilswarms, the Ouroboros, the Nightmare. Nightmare over the last weekend I didn't have to go into as much. I think I would have rather put in probably another Mace Stroke. There's a lot of times where I could have used the second Mace Stroke. Then you run the rest of the one-of generics, which would be the Abyss Dweller, Mace Stroke, Cowboy. And Mace Stroke is one of those cards that, or not Mace Stroke, Abyss Dweller, was only in fear of like frogs and decks that rely on the graveyard. So that's why it was one of those cards that I kept in there just in case. The Black Ship, the Diamond Dire, and I kept him in there just of, it's just a one-of. It's an Earth. It's just one of those cards you can run in there and still be fine. I'm probably going to hang on to him for Fire Fist and put him in there. And if I do, that's probably where the second Mace Stroke will come in. Because this deck doesn't really need the Diamond Dire, it just needs the Mace Stroke. 1 Shotmaster and 1 Papilloperative, and this was only for late game situations if I go up against a Dragosack for E-Drags. Now I'm probably going to hang on to it for the, I think it's not the War Gods matchup. I don't know. I'm still probably going to keep it in there just in case if I go up against any rogue decks. So, that's it from there. I'll show you the side. It's different, but I'll show you what I took out and stuff. It's a little bit different. I ran 2 Joel Unlocks at Nats. I ran 2 Kaikus. The 1 Max C. I kind of took it to the side up. 2 MSTs. 2 deck lockdowns. And my trap lineup was the 3 Iron Walls. I just didn't bring out the third one. And the 3 Vanities was my trap lineup. You got to be able to take game 1, and I felt like the Vanities, or not game 1, you got to be able to 2-0 your opponents. If not, they're going to go game 3 and beat you. But yeah, just over the weekend, I learned a lot by watching other people play. I watched others play. I watched my friends play. They all got into their into the tournament, to the WCQ. I think me and one other friend who went there didn't get the LCQ, so we all watched everybody else play. Unfortunately, there was no videos to record up there. I know a lot of people were able to, but I was kind of doing other things. Like I said, I got a bunch of stuff at Nats. Like, I got a bunch of mats. I hollowed Constellars out, did a bunch of trading. I've got plenty of mats, And I'll show you the one map later on that I love now when I do my next deck profile. But like I said, more videos, like I said, soon to come. Right now, I'm getting a lot of positive things coming on at locals. I've got a regionals to judge in October in Tuscaloosa. Just a lot of good things are happening to me right now, and I know that's taking up a lot of time for my videos. But like it's just as soon as I get the chance to make a video, I do my best to make them. So just hang in there. More videos will come underway, and I'm out.